Today's session was incredibly dull, and so I'm not going to make anyone suffer through a long video. I won't go over what I did or just the explanations of it, but basically the paperwork to get my LLC created for the publishing house I'm going to be basically just creating to self-publish is now done. So the paperwork is set, it is in, and we're done. What you're seeing here is just me wrapping up some of the stuff I did on the computer, and then filling out some quick forms here, just signing them at the bottom, and then putting it in an envelope and sending it in the mail. Again, incredibly dull. It didn't take as long as I thought. I was up relatively early and got right to it. And even now, I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, it was not a very, very long day. Certainly grateful to have it done, though. What will happen is I'll hear back on if everything went through and was processed correctly, probably within a month or something like that. And that's it. This whole thing is really just a formality. It's just a way basically to keep any kind of like writing assets separate from my personal assets and all that. That's really all this is. Again, nothing too adventurous there. But it's done. So the paperwork is done. It's taken care of. At this point now, we have to kind of look to the next things. I was actually planning on getting the ISBNs done, but to do that, you actually have, if you're going to do what I'm doing, basically where you have like an LLC publishing house set up, you need to have that first created, then get the ISBNs, so that way you can put your information down on the ISBN when you purchase it. So hadn't realized that, didn't occur to me. So I'll have to wait on getting the ISBNs because I was going to get that knocked out today as well. But yeah. Otherwise, paperwork's done. The dull part is out, and we're good to go. I don't know what comes next, however. At this point, looking at kind of my checklist here, it's like, God, yeah, there's not much to do. I feel like this next coming week is going to be about planning out certain events. I mentioned obviously my my author event just when I launched the book there. It might just be as much as just planning that out, coming up with some ideas for it, planning out what I'm going to do, particular venues. I have a few in mind already. Keeping them in mind. I don't want to reach out yet because I don't know when this book's going to be done. Every intention this thing will be done by the summer. Every intention. And it's honestly feeling like it won't take me the whole summer. I'm already getting that feeling like I expected this thing to take way longer than it's going to, but we'll find out. So I'll come up with something in the next coming days to take care of, but for next 2.5 weeks still, almost 3 weeks probably, I'm not gonna have the book, so I gotta come up with something, something to do, something to keep me occupied, and then we can go full board into this. I guess I'll wrap up here by saying thank you to everyone that's still watching this. This is probably the most, like almost 500 days in, and now we're getting to like the really, what I'd say probably the most boring aspects of this whole process, because I'm not even typing. I'm not even doing anything with the actual writing process, right? Beyond just the actual, for this month here, beyond the kind of the secondary things you need to do to get your book published, I'm not doing anything else. And so if you're sticking along with this process, thank you so much. I appreciate that. This boring stuff will pass, and soon enough I'll be into the editing stage, and I'll be complaining about all the arduous work in editing and talking about editing and all that. But yeah, God, I gotta come up with something more to talk about in these videos. Something a little bit different. Maybe I'll go a bit more general for the next few days and just get into some of the generalities, because. Yeah, I can imagine those that are watching this video are probably like, okay, yeah, let's, you're not writing, you're not, putting out any new works here. You don't have any real updates on anything on the publishing process at this time because you're doing it yourself now. So, nothing terribly exciting, unfortunately. And I've definitely had some slogs, I think, during these 500 days ish of doing this every day, but. Yeah, this is probably the most boring slog I've had. So, if you've been following along, thank you. Seriously, it means a lot. And so with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.